Hello and welcome to the Education Documents Overview. My name is Andrea Brown. I'm the Education Manager for Matrix Early Head Start Child Care Partnership.
And I'm Paris Hayes, Child Development Specialist for Matrix Early Head Start Child Care Partnership.
Okay, so the documents we're going to cover in this training are all the documents that are needed at the beginning of the program year, which is the Home Visit 1, the Individualized Learning Plan or the IOP, Pedestrian Safety, Media Release Forms, Transition Plans, ASQ SE2 and ASQ 3, Active Supervision Classroom Log, and the Active Supervision Walking Field Trip Playground Log.
So the first form we're going to review is the home visit number 1. At the top, be sure to put the child's full name, the name of the center, the child's date of birth, and the date that the home visit is being completed. In the second portion, be sure to check all the boxes that apply. You should at least have school readiness / individual learning plan checked, importance of attendance and punctuality checked, and pedestrian safety checked. Next, the teacher comments. Teacher comments could have any information such as how the child engages with other children and teachers, how the child was feeling at the time of the home visit, or any positive thoughts about the child. The next section, parents will share what their child's interests are and their strengths. They may share that their child enjoys books, playing with others, music, etc. For their child's strengths, they might share that the child can zip their own jacket or eats very well independently. The next part, you would check yes if the teacher discusses the curriculum and daily routine. Here you will discuss the high scope curriculum. This curriculum is a play-based curriculum which allows children to actively learn while engaging with adults and other children. You can review the daily routine with the parents, showing them the posted written version or the pictorial one. Infant classrooms may or may not have a pictorial routine posted because it's not required. All other classrooms should have it posted. Next, you will list any activities that the parents would like to see implemented in the classroom. If the parents don't have any suggestions, put none at this time in that section. Did the teacher discuss and set goals with you using the 5 essential domains? That should be checked yes, because that's your IOP. You should have your IOP form along with your first home visit to set goals. We're going to cover the IOP in a few seconds. Then you give the parents an opportunity to share if they have any developmental needs or concerns about their child. You will check yes if they do, no if they don't. Now we're moving on to the back of the form. Were strategies and suggestions provided to support home, to use at home, for a child's educational development and growth? You can provide a simple strategy or suggestion just use at home to support a child's developmental and educational growth. For example, suggesting repetition. Have the parents to do the same activities with the children until they feel like the child has mastered it. They can allow the child to do things independently to also strengthen their growth. The next question, did the teacher provide or discuss a copy of the pedestrian safety? That should be checked yes, and we'll talk about the pedestrian safety form shortly. Then if the home visit was beneficial, that should be checked yes or no. And was the home visit conducted in the home? Yes or no, and why not? So considering the conditions that we're going through with COVID-19, some of the home visits may not be held in the home. So you will honestly answer that question with a no if you are having the conference in the center or via Zoom or over the phone. So you would just list the reason why it wasn't conducted in the home on the line provided below. You will also, the next portion, check off what materials you use during a home visit. So you should have the individual learning plan checked and the pedestrian safety box checked. The next session we will go over in a little detail. So we're going to go down to the bottom. It asks if the family advocate was in attendance. If the family advocate was at the center or there during the conference when it was held, you can check yes or no. Your parents should sign it and date it. The teacher should sign it and date it. Now we're going to go over the portion where it says parent and guardian was contacted concerning a home visit on the following dates. This portion should be only completed if you made 3 attempts to have a conference with the parent and you were unable to. You make sure you list each date that you tried to contact the parent and the outcome of that contact. Once you make 3 attempts and they're unsuccessful, write the reasoning on the lines provided below. Sign it at the bottom, only in the teacher's portion. Do not ever sign for the parent, and hand it in to your child development specialist. Now we're moving forward to the IOP. So with the IOP, just like the home visit form, completed in its entirety. Child's full name, the center, the name of the teachers. You can use the interest that the parent provided to put on this section. And if there are any concerns, you will ask the parent. If there are none, put none. If they are, list those concerns. If the child has an IEP or IFSP, if you are aware if the child has one, then you will complete that information. If you're not sure at that time, put NA. You can always follow up with your disability specialist to find out if the child has a IFSP on file. If so, just cross out where you put NA and put the dates that apply. Also, each child is broken up into groups. The children are broken up into groups. They should be assigned a number that goes in the top right-hand corner of the IOP. So be sure to number your IOPs according to the number of children that you have in your classroom. There must be a goal in each category. Goals should be attainable. For example, parents would like for their children to learn their colors. Instead of working on all colors at once, set a goal to work on 2 colors. Once that goal is complete, try another 2 colors and then another 2 colors. That should give you a goal for time 1, time 2, and time 3. Be sure to write the date that the goal was set, which should be the date that you're holding the first home visit. And once that goal is completed, make sure you put an end date in that goal. Once you complete the IOP, be sure to put the IOP completed in the education binder. There's a blue folder that's labeled for IOPs. Pedestrian safety. You will have your parent read over the pedestrian safety information, sign and date the second page, and you will sign and date the second page. The first page goes with the parent. Once you get that form signed, you put it in the educational binder inside the red folder for pedestrian safety forms. Media release form. The media release form goes hand in hand with our active supervision. This is where each individual child has a letter link with their picture on it. For our non-CCP students, they too are to have a letter link with their picture on it, only if the parent signs the consent form saying that it's okay for us to photograph their child to create the letter link. If the parent is not okay and doesn't want their child's picture to be taken, that's okay. We'll create some picture for them that will identify that child so they will have a letter link to follow active supervision in the classroom.
Okay, so now we're going to talk just briefly about the transition plan, because there is going to be a more detailed training on transition plans during pre-service. So this is just the transition plan that we use. You have to make sure that the top is filled out, talk about the type of transition. You have to fill out the family summary, the events that occur to make the transition a success, and then all team members involved. Again, there will be a more detailed training later on during pre-service. For the ASQ SE2 and the ASQ 3, the ASQ SE2 and the ASQ 3 will be completed again online this year. The ASQ SE2 will be completed by the teacher, and the ASQ 3 will be completed by the parent. All questionnaires must be completed within the 45-day mandate. So beginning on September 7th, teachers and parents will start receiving links to complete the ASQ questionnaires. There is a how-to video that we have to help you complete the questionnaires, and that link is listed in the resources section of this training. So now we're going to talk about active supervision and the walking field trip playground log. So we're trying to set you up for success to start the school year on the right track. So the walking field trip playground log must be filled out whenever you leave the classroom for a walk or to play on the playground. You must follow all steps of active supervision, and we're going to ask you to refer to the active supervision training video, and that link is also in the resources section of this training. Next, we have the active supervision classroom log. Again, this must be filled out whenever transitions take place from the classroom areas, from the classroom to other areas inside of the center. So it may be the gross motor area, you may be transitioning to the bathrooms, the kitchen, etc. Again, follow all steps of active supervision and refer to the active supervision training video. Again, the link will be at the end of this training. So here's the resources. You may not be able to click them since this is a recording, but these links will be sent to each of the teachers and the providers, so that way you will have access to these resources. So the link to our active supervision training, which is also on our Matrix EHS CCP YouTube page, this is the link to that. And then the ASQ how-to video is on the Ages and Stages website. Again, the instructions are when you click the link, scroll down until you get to how to complete a questionnaire using the family access, click the arrow, and press the play icon. So at the end of this training, we have questions for you to complete. So what you have to do is you can get your camera on your phone, or you can use your tablet, and you scan the QR code that is listed here that says Scan Me. Then you answer your questions on the Google document. Once you finish your questions, you press Submit. And then once your questions are submitted, you will receive a training certificate at a later date. So thank you so much. Thank you. Please reach out to your assigned child development specialist if you have any questions.